Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Happy Thursday. Today is January 4th. And I don't know. What else is there to be said? Spirit, anything? So I won't force it. Greetings and grace unto all, and gratitude to you for listening. All right, let's see what we got today. Oh no, ain't no way. Didn't we have this yesterday? The Four of Cups, isn't that where we started? I feel like it was. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I mean, I guess it is what it is, but I'm not taking him out. Ain't no way. We are not harping on this dejected, rejected energy today, because I just don't feel that that's generally the vibration of the collective that I connect to most. And if it is, I know, it's just no way. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Ain't no way. Like, we shining too bright to be feeling rejected and like we done missed an opportunity, or longing for the past and resistant to moving forward. We're feeling right where we need to be in the star energy, or perhaps this is a projection. This is what some opposing force would like to make a reality, or impose as a reality for some who are shining just a bit too bright and vibrant, looking a bit too relaxed and at ease and comfortable in their own skin. It's a great disparity here, isn't it? The star is healing, self-awareness, assuredness, destiny, devotion to self. And this is really the opposite, quite honestly. It's almost refusing self in this organic essence, particularly refusing that as a reflection of the divine, and longing for it to be lost in, how can I say it? Because like the Three of Cups is when you just kind of want to like be numb and almost subdued or intoxicated to your reality, to your circumstances, like when you want to just drink your sorrows away. That's that. This is the very opposite. This isn't somebody indulging in behaviors or activities for the sake of averting their attention to what their true nature is, even if that be something that is unfavorable or unsavory. This is someone that gets to the root of the problem, whatever that problem, quote unquote, may be, and that is intentional about finding solutions or remedies or resources. Not somebody just sitting under the tree with their arms crossed and folded in a huff. Woe is me. Two different vibrations here, and I'm just not here for it. I'm not going to do it. And that's exactly. That's the energy it's given to with that Four of Cups. It's like wanting someone to join in your pity party, wanting somebody to see you sitting under the tree with your arms folded and say, "Oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" But not truly willing to get up and do anything about it, even if you were to offer them solutions, honestly, or offer them some objective word of power. They still would want to sit and sulk. Very dangerous energy right now. Very dangerous. A trap. That's what it is. It's a trap. It's a trap. To play on emotional attachment or sympathy, or again, pity, even playing on someone's healed nature or propensity to want to heal or nurture, care for, like to be compassionate, to be. You see, I'm getting exasperated because it's exhausting. This energy is exhausting me. It's exhausting. Somebody's in misery and they want company, and we are no company to misery. Misery is a party of one. All right, let's see what else we got here. Magician. Someone willing to do something, literally, with the Temperance card, in spirit and in truth about their circumstances, to make the best of what they have on hand or at resource. Yeah. The adverse is manipulation of energy, which is what I feel the trap is with the Four of Cups. That somebody wants to manipulate, set an emotional trap of someone to come in and want to help or want to be of assistance or support, be a shoulder to cry on, and then before you know it, you caught up in their misery right with them, and you don't even know how you got there. And somehow they feel amazing, having exchanged your vitality for their lack thereof, I should say. And off they go on to create some new life experience while you're trying to balance, the reality of where you went wrong. No, ma'am. No, sir. I don't know why it's coming out like that with only 1-2 cards to reflect on, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's 3 cards, I guess, with the Star, the Four of Cups, and now the Magician on the board. All right, let's see. Don't even want to give me no cards. What's up? I'm not taking that. 9 of Cups, overindulgence or wish fulfillment. Again, another polarity. Okay. Waiting for your ships to come in, assuming there's been some plan of action, some work expelled. This could be, as I said, waiting for, it's like setting the trap and just waiting to bait somebody in. And here, what is this? And why is it so insistent? It's pissing me off, quite honestly. Because this is the 6 of Cups, where there is familiarity or past experience. There is some type of emotional past here, some attachment that someone would want to play off of and have an expectation that it would bring a reward or some desirable return with the Three of Wands. Like somebody that feels like, well, we have history together, or they occupy a certain position in your life, or some proximity to your circle of intimacy, or whatever the case may be, but they feel some level of entitlement to engage in your energy that I don't know. I don't care for it though. let's see. It just feels, it feels shisty. Here's a Temperance again. Yeah, exactly. It feels shisty. And okay, the Temperance and the High Priestess is solidifying that what I don't see, I have the clearance to feel there, because it's like, you know, with the High Priestess, sometimes you see beyond the veil, or, you know, it's like a spiritual intel that doesn't necessarily always prove itself in the natural form. I mean, it does eventually, but maybe not at first. And that's what I'm feeling here. It's like something behind the scenes or behind the veil or under the surface of all this, and now it's exposing itself with the Knight of Swords, that this is the true nature of this anticipation. Somebody's trying to keep their composure as they wait, or as they set the trap and wait for you to come into it, or wait for you to, like somebody sending out certain, I don't even know, but I hear it this way, so I'll just say it, like somebody somebody presenting, like posting subliminals. That's what it is, like subliminals, like online, you know, posting pictures or posting certain statuses or whatever, tweeting certain things, whatever, because I ain't even on none of the platforms that I would even be susceptible to any of that, but most people are. And for you to, something for you to see, either to send a certain message that would be manipulative, or to almost lure you in for some purpose of communication or connection. That's what it's giving here. But the motive is aggressive, and it doesn't feel well-meaning with the Knight of Swords here. And I laugh because, me personally, anybody doing that for the intentions of me seeing it is really wasting their time, because I literally haven't been on Facebook, Instagram. Well, I hardly was ever on Twitter anyway. I've literally been on no other platform but YouTube for months. Like, I let go of those platforms probably the middle of last year, more or less, like the latter part of the middle of last year. And I haven't looked back, because I really don't miss it. That's the funny thing about it. Something that I almost felt obligated to engage between Facebook and Instagram primarily. More so Instagram than Facebook even, but at some point both. Very much less so with Twitter, but you almost feel an obligation to check in, post a picture, or write a status, you know, be a part. And I'm so disconnected from that, with no regret or remorse whatsoever, that if somebody was trying to get my attention on any of those platforms, it would definitely, and that's the thing, it's like somebody posting something on their page, not really engaging you. That's why I'm saying it's like ulterior motives and subliminal, because they're not willing to actually reach out to you and state their case, or say what they want to say, or, you know, be direct in any particular way. It's somebody that's just wants you to see something and evoke a certain emotion or impress a certain reality. And it's like, that's why I was laughing, because I'm like, I don't even see it. And I won't, because I'm not interested. You know, if it ain't about me and my Lord and my legacy, you know, like, I'm cool. I'm just not engaged. So maybe you are on the same page as I am to some degree, or you just, you know, your social media has certain parameters that you don't allow yourself to be swayed outside of. You know, like, even when I was on social media, and I mean beyond YouTube, of course, I still found it hard to keep up with the engagement. Like, sometimes I would go weeks and maybe even months without actually scrolling and seeing what other people were posting for many reasons that I won't get into. But even though I was on, I wasn't really on, So if somebody was hoping that I saw something, it was still much less likely that I would, because some people that I actually would have wanted to keep up with and work, did care to know that they were doing well and what exactly they were doing in the first place. I just didn't have the energy or the time to do so, So I definitely wasn't engaging in nothing that was outside of that. Temperance just want to be out here. What's the temperance saying? Hold on, justice. Oh, okay, and that's exactly what it has. It comes up these days as is like spiritual justice. Now this is the physical justice or practical justice. So it's literally like a balance and harmony and a cause and effect coming into what's the right word? Coming into like a fairness, being called into judgment even to some degree, especially with the temperance and the justice. And why? I don't know. Justice maybe for the imbalance in spirit and truth, because usually that's what justice comes up for. Because as I'm saying what I'm saying, if somebody is this insistent on being seen, being heard, being recognized, there's, as I've said, some ulterior motive for it. And 9 times out of 10, it's not fair or for any projection of harmony or balance. It's to be very one-sided in some desirable outcome, like to be, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like when you want to, like there's some selfish motive here. I can't think of it. Yeah, that was the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. Yeah, it's something that somebody feels that they need to get out of it, I guess, in the spiritual and the material form to be recognized, or I don't know. Wow, well, here's the death card, so much for that. Yeah, exactly. It's like for all the investing that they're doing and being seen and mattering, they're investing the wrong energy into what it means to matter, because it's on account of, okay, all right. So it could be in a very primitive and practical sense, like somebody just wanted to be recognizable, wanted to be successful, wanted to be because the star energy came out. Okay, so the star energy. Oh, so somebody feels like they missed an opportunity for stardom, or they're missing out on an opportunity to shine in some way, shape, or form, to be a celebrity. Ew. So is this somebody that? So this is somebody. I just got a real yuck feeling, like somebody that is using. That's probably why I'm going into social media and all, because it's not just somebody using it for one singular purpose of garnering sympathy or empathy. And it couldn't even be on account of lies, especially with the Knight of Swords. So this is someone that's not being honest at all about what they're projecting in a public forum, as to what their truth is. And it's for the purposes of really just trying to rake in whatever they can get. But maybe it's actual donations, because the Pentacles came up a couple times, especially with the 5 of Pentacles. It could be sympathy, wanting people to feel sorry for their situation or feel like they've been victimized in some way, shape, or form. It could be it could be it could be using that energy for the purposes of creating a segue to stardom or attention or some type of, how people do, how people be on social media bearing all, their dirty laundry for, it could even just be for clout, but they're looking to ultimately manipulate energy for some material return, one way or another. They're hoping for, the end result is for a material return, but hoping that could be transferable through clout, through attention, through sympathy, through sorrow. And like I said, that's why I'm feeling so icky about it, because it's like, and here's the expectation, right? Now, in the grand scheme of things, he looks perfectly fine, but he's projecting this persona as if he's been victimized, or as if he has lost it all, or somebody has, something. And maybe some part of it is true, but with the Knight of Swords here and the Death card here, or maybe come on, like somebody is presenting themselves to have some type of disease. They're taking it way far. It's like whatever, maybe it started as a small seed and they saw how that grew and how that expanded. And now it's like, oh my God. What I just got the image of is somebody acting, maybe not acting, I don't even know, because I'm trying to tread lightly on this in case somebody is having some type of, because it's very brave to share your trials and even triumphs these days in the public space, because people just have so much to say. You could be talking about something bad or good, everybody has a damn opinion, which is another reason why I feel quite at home out of that space. But with the Death card and the Seven of Pentacles, I'm getting that somebody is projecting that they have some type of terminal illness. That's the truth that they are sharing in a public way, and is raking in a hell of a lot. I don't know if it's actually working, because that's what I was feeling with the Seven of Pentacles at first, is that it's not really yielding the return that they had anticipated. Like they expected for people to be come more aggressively to their aid or to their rescue to some degree. Like, oh man, I'm sorry about that. Here, let me give you this. And it's like the donations ain't quite rolling in the way that it was thought. It was calculated. Like, by my calculations, we should be it's like not quite what was anticipated, or at least not what is truly needed. Now, this is the other thing. If there actually is an ailment, there actually is, and I just got this shepherd energy here with like the boy that cried wolf, and it's, I'm getting so many downloads, and it's like, it could be the other side of this is that somebody really is in dire straits now, but they've burned so many bridges on account of how they've mismanaged people's energies and generosities in the past, and it didn't necessarily need to be by way of asking for something, but maybe people have felt manipulated by them in some way, shape, or form, to the point that now when they actually do need the support, do need the help, the play for sympathy is actually warranted, justified, as a matter of fact, people are slow to respond because they've been burnt before. That's effed up. That's even worse than if somebody is lying and they just not getting what they anticipated, because that would be justified, right? Serves you right. But if somebody actually is in need, actually does need help and support, and now doors are closed and nobody's biting, that sucks even more. Damn. Let's see what else we got here. Hangman. Yeah, I get the sense somebody ain't doing too well. But like I said, the fact that I had that ickiness, it's like somewhere down the line or before this point, like I said, cause and effect. And now there's this need for healing and unconditional love. But like there's with the justice card and the temperance, double expression of justice and fairness and balance. It's like somewhere down the line, somewhere before this part, prior to this present moment, this is the justification. This is the balance and order of what was expelled beyond this point. Again, whether somebody was manipulative or aggressive to, or maybe even beyond just being proactively manipulative, maybe they were what's the word I want to use, like maybe they were apathetic to others suffering in some way, shape, or form, maybe even inciting a suffering, but definitely like distant from it, disconnected emotionally from it, when they perhaps had opportunity. Yeah, because that was the Four of Cups, like almost hands off, like, nah, hands off of what? The Ace of Cups. Like, nah, I ain't trying, like, I ain't giving up no unconditional love. Maybe there was a call for that level of grace for them to expel in their life in one way, shape, or another, and they refused it. And now when it's needed, again, cause and effect. Reap what you sow type of energy. Now, when it's actually needed on their part, they're finding that same lack of compassion. Oh man! And with the Four of Cups, it's saying that people that they have surrounded themselves by, here's the lack of the emotional detachment here. Yeah, because he was all about money and resources. And how does this affect me? If it didn't make dollars and cents for him, if it didn't have a direct impact on his material world, then he had a hard time really finding value. And like it's somebody like they may invest in a certain thing, maybe even in a certain cause, like if we're talking about things that would help other people. But I think I talked about this the other day too, when I was talking about me watching The Gilded Age, which I did finish, and it was really good. I wonder if they're going to have a season 3. But where, high society kind of used charity as a come up as well, or a way to flex to their peers and their counterparts also to some degree. So it's like somebody that if they were going to give, there still would almost need to be a return for that giving. It wasn't just benevolence or giving out the kindness of their heart. There was always an angle type of thing, this energy. Yeah, literally with the Three of Wands, expecting something in return and some ulterior motive or aggression or entitlement is what I see with the Knight of Swords sometimes. And I'm not saying that reciprocation isn't righteous, because it is. I think a lot of the imbalance in society has been on account of one spectrum or the other being more exclusive. People that feel like they should give until they have no more and not expect anything in return. And then people that feel like they should take until nobody else has any more, even when they are completely full and filled. There needs to be a balance, a harmony between those two polarities indeed. But this is someone that I feel err more on the greedy side of that expression. Definitely not on the benevolence, like giving from not having no more. And if he was supposedly given, if there was the appearance of giving, if there was a giving, until there was an emptiness, it was definitely for appearance sake. But I don't even get the sense that like almost a trick, but I don't even get that was the case here. It's somebody that always gave with an intention for a return. And in this case, with the King of Pentacles, it could have been material and measurable as in money, but it could also have been access, authority, other favors, power, position, proximity is what I hear, like to be in certain power dynamics or in certain like in high society, to be able to keep up with the Joneses to a certain degree. It could be all of those things, like superficial things. And yeah, I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles peeking out under here. But what it wasn't for is for the purposes of charity, pure charity, I should say. And I mean charity, and even in the aspect with the Ace of Cups, as in even love, you know, and compassion. As the scripture says, you know, what's that scripture? Oh, come on, Danae, you know that scripture. But it ends with the greatest of these is charity. You know, hope, faith, and love. I don't know, but I'll post it because, you know, it's an important one, but I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. But the greatest of these is charity, which also translates into love. And this is not someone who was charitable without a personal cause, like not at all. And so that's the point. Remember, I said, yeah, like the appearance of charity, of love, of compassion, of wanting to help and heal. But first of all, we got the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands here that will probably step on anybody and anything and anyone to get to this posture of presence and prominence. And what's this? Just so I can see. Yeah, it was very small menial offers. Very diffused. Again, some with the Knights, usually there's usually some ulterior motive or objective for that offer. The King has enough, or at least, you know, gives in a way, ideally in the highest vibration, where there's not much of an expectation for an equal return, because after all, he is the king, you know? So it's like the difference between businessmen that give charity or make donations, like sizable donations to organizations that they don't necessarily expect. Maybe it's just a cause that they have a heart for, you know, or they feel connected to. They don't necessarily have, of course, it's also a tax write-off, right? So they're still the King of Pentacles, but they also, it's not pound for pound or dollar for dollar necessarily either, you know, or maybe you get some type of influence in that organization, or maybe, but I'm talking about in the purest form of charity, where you're just giving because it matters for you to be able to share your wealth of energy, whatever that may be, for those that may be less fortunate, or where it could be well produced. I'm just not getting a sense like that yeah, Ten of Swords, this is somebody that it's like, what's in it for me? Do I get a seat on the board? Do I, you know, I'm not gonna take that, but yeah, it's depleting more and more. Like now we went from the King to the Knight to the Page. What's in it for me? How can I fill my cup? How does it move me ahead in life in one way, shape, or another? But I feel like this is the energy that they're being met with now, with the Queen of Swords, who's kind of like, I hear you out. So you might get a couple likes on your post or on your video or whatever it is that you're sharing. But like I said, the donations aren't really matching the engagement the way that you thought. It's not really quite helping you to move towards your goal or to any more peaceful or calmer water, which is what this represents here, like somebody that really, I'm getting a sense that okay, let me not say yet, because I feel like, because this damn reading might be the trap, you know what I mean? Like, let me project, like, oh, I'm so sick, I can't, because it was very, it was kind of like very aggressive how it just kind of took over, and I'm like, I don't want to talk, from the Four of Cups and then me seeing the star. Yeah, that's somebody recognizing your healing power, your healing presence, your healing potential, maybe even just seeing you be more healed, is bothersome to their spirit. That's why I said, like, misery is a party for one. This is somebody that is not only wanting to absorb, like I said, with the Magician, absorb that force for themselves, but they want to leave something behind, like a souvenir behind for you to remember them by. Because as it stands right now, you probably, as the star does, just kind of moving on with your life and on the path to your destiny, and anything that comes into contact with you along that path is well welcome. But most people that are in a star energy are not looking back and reaching back for anyone or thing per se. It's like it needs to be coming with me, or already, it would have had to prove its place on my path at this point for me to be carrying it along. And somebody in this energy that wasn't compassionate, or that was selectively compassionate, that wasn't, charitable, except for their own ulterior motives, is not really on the path to healing holistically. That's two different trajectories here. And that's the incitement of aggression, because, like I said, misery is a party of one, and somebody doesn't want to feel alone on that journey to reclaim their, I don't know, like their healing, I guess. They don't want it. And with the Three of Pentacles, I think I started to say this, but I don't think I finished the thought. With the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups that came up earlier, is given that somebody, or the Four of Cups, it was, that somebody is looking back at when they had some type of support system, or they were at least surrounded by something. Particularly with the Three of Cups, it's like people that were around for a good time, but when the going gets rough, somebody that may be fine. That's why I'm feeling like somebody really is in dire straits right now, because now they're feeling like the party's over. Now that the good times are not what they used to be, how they say, you find out who your real friends are. Three of Pentacles, in this energy, people probably being picked off one by one, or maybe even plotting on your demise at this point in time when you're down bad. Definitely not in your life to support or be of assistance, be a healing. Yeah. Ten of Cups peeking out here. Soul family ain't really so soulful. Or somebody wishing that they had made a different choice. Yeah, like, look, exactly, with the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is somebody that had the opportunity to make, and here's the healing again, and the Temperance. But they walked away from all of that to go be with the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, where they thought the money resides and where the fun reside. And they walked away from all of this high vibrational energy that they both could have been privy to, and could have also projected with the Star card, that they could have found their own balance and healing and spiritual fulfillment, wish fulfillment with the Ten of Cups, like a whole nother level of soul tribe that would have been far more sustainable and supportive, that ultimately wouldn't have left them out in the cold when the going got tough. There would have been more support there, and probably even more support and stability not to get there in the first place, okay? Because with all of this high vibrational energy, you're not on the same, you wouldn't be heading in the direction to be in despair with all this going for you. That's just not, that just don't make no sense. So this was a matter of choice here. And with the Lover's card, bam, definitely. Somebody chose to give their cup, back to that Four of Cups, rejection of one thing for another, to give their cup to some other, like collaborative effort or engagement or celebration or whatever the party was. That's where they decided to toast. And well, you saw it, missed out on a whole hell of a lot. And that's where the misery loves company energy comes in, because they're wanting to reclaim. Wow, you see how that popped up, and I'm gonna take it. They wanting to reclaim their, somebody loving, generous, kind. They're wanting to reclaim their access to that energy, because it must have existed the way it came up for there to be a choice, right? They want to reclaim their access to that existence or that potential, because it is healing and because they actually do need the healing now. But is this the King of Cups? Oh no, that's them looking in as the Page of Swords and the Empress. Exactly. Wanting to be nurtured and taken care of and to feel loved, like wanting to put your head in mama's lap and let her sing you to sleep. It is like, what? That's clearly done with the Death card. And what I'm feeling, I gotta say it because I heard it, it's like, back to the again. Because, and that's why I keep coming back to this as being some type of trap, but I keep coming right back to reality as the true nature of this being and their motives. Because what I just felt is that if they can't have it, they don't want you to have it either, or they don't want it to exist, period. Again, misery loves company. So if they can't have access to that level of healing or comfort or support and stability, then they want to disrupt that experience and existence for those that are privy to it. That's the energy here with the Death card. So it's like somebody that would lure you in to, if they got you to lower your defenses, to want to, because I think the Queen of Swords did come up in this reading. Yeah, so if you did lower your defenses to then start to be more compassionate and caring and nurturing and loving, they still would, even in their disparity, seems like there still would be the intention to cause harm and disruption. So it's not just sheerly the fact of garnering support and sympathy and empathy. It's for the point of destruction. It's not enough just to get the care and the love and the money and, the well wishes and all that. It's like, no, they can't stop there. They gotta obliterate the source of this love, or the source of whatever, this positive energy is, because just out of sheer jealousy, it gotta be, and envy at this point, just resentment for one's own choices, that since they can't embody it as the source, they want to obliterate the source. Like, just forget about the fact that you needed, silly. Then what happens when you deplete your own energy again and you done killed the source? Then what? Then where are you gonna get it from? It's like it would be wiser. This is somebody that feels like if they could have access to it, they could embody it. But there's just no way. This is someone that doesn't have the physical or spiritual capacity in this frequency to embody the healing vitality, such as the Ace of Cups or even the Queen of Cups, or the power, the fertility of the Empress. You don't have that vitality to do that because you're rejected at the Four of Cups, the source that would have given you that vitality. You have to receive it before you can be it. You know, like, somebody is tripping. It's somebody that's really literally willing to cut off their nose to spite their face. Like, if I go, you go too. Deadly energy, literally deadly energy. Yeah, delusional too. High Priestess here again, and the Queen of Wands. Just exactly. Deadly. And ain't going nowhere fast on that vibration, that's for sure. Exactly. Five of Swords, full card, and okay. And I'm done. Like, I'm so done with this. Full card, Justice back on the board for at least the second time, maybe the third, outside of the Temperance. But really about to be their own demise. What is this? It's like somebody that, this is going to be kind of far out, but I'm going to just say it as I feel it and hear it. This is like somebody that's mad at their diagnosis, so they go and blow up the doctor's office or the hospital or something. You know, it's like, you know, it's now how you going to get healed, sir? Who's going to heal you now? And you're going to be in jail. So getting very minimal health care at that, at best, if any at all. And at this rate, it would be, and here's the Queen of Cups again, it would almost be the Justice in that order. Well, clearly not for the intended target. And I think that that's also the point here, which that energy is far outside of the inevitable here with the Death card, the Justice, the Five of Swords, and the Fool. It's like somebody literally marching into their own demise on account of them just refusing to, I don't even know, like to just take accountability for how they, that's what it is like somebody's not willing to be accountable for what they created in this exchange that has made it justifiable. No, that's too hard of a task to actually say, well, you know what? Let me just take my karma like a man or like a woman, you know what I mean? Like to just kind of deal with what come what may. Maybe with the Temperance energy, that could be balanced. Someone that would be willing to submit to the presence, you know, in spirit and in truth. Their presence and also supreme presence. You could work with that energetically. But somebody that's still trying to hit a lick on the internet, no doubt, which I don't have any cards to suggest that, but that's just how I feel. And that was the analogy and the example that came up. But somebody that's still trying to project this wounded warrior or wounded animal image that they've been so victimized, and I don't even know. And as I said, maybe perhaps even now justifiably having the evidence, for their own demise or for their despair at this point. But instead of still, remember, we started this with the Four of Cups, where there was a rejection of spiritual support and nourishment. If you go back to that source, you really wouldn't need to reach out for anything else tangibly. I mean, of course, if you're not doing well, you may need medical care. You may need actual physical support to some degree, maybe to help you get around. I don't know. I don't know what the need is here, but I'm not negating that there isn't a physical cause for support in the healing process. There is, but it has to be the acceptance from the source first and foremost. And this is someone that's still, from the top of the spread, not only refusing that offer and that invitation, but now wanting to make his experience marketable for his own intents and purposes, manipulative, and even impactful to some detrimental degree outside of himself, with the Five of Swords here. And you're going to meet that justice with that intention, for sure. It's already defeated before it's even enacted. Or it's literally like a fool's mission here. Annoying. Back to that. And the Six of Pentacles, trying to manipulate community. That's what that is. That's all that is. It's trying to manipulate community for his own satisfaction and gratification. Wanted to be back in a position of power to be able to control his own fate, maybe, but certainly even control that of others. Yeah, that's what that's giving me. Wanting others to be, like I said, in a lesser position than him, or sharing the same level of misery as he is. As I said, from the beginning with the Four of Cups and still to the end, refusing to heal thyself. And that's sad. I don't even have no more to say about this, because it's like, come on, guy. Come on, like, where is this? It's literally heading nowhere. 0 is the Fool card. It's going nowhere. And perhaps that is the justice, for people that have been given every opportunity. And that's what that's saying to me, that even now and at the end of days, Spirit is still holding that cup like, here you go. Will you take it now? And it's still, no, they still rather be preoccupied with their appearances and what they look like and what they have and how other people see them, and not to mention how they see other people thriving. It's like somebody's attention is still way off from what matters. That's very unfortunate. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, that may be the justice. As I said, for people that have had the invitation, the opportunity over and over again, it's like eventually it's like you keep refusing. Even Spirit eventually is going to be like, all right. Humans may be a little bit less patient, but even the Spirit has its limits to some degree. When you just keep refusing the invitation, it's like, okay, well, maybe you know better, so I'm gonna let you do better. And when I say refuse, I don't think it's eternal, because even at the end of this message, there it is, yet and still, but almost like what the Queen of Cups can be, like a nurturing mom, or that feminine force that is unconditionally loving to some degree. for the most part, I should say, not to some degree, because then that wouldn't be so unconditional, now would it? But it's still available, but in the end, you still got to be willing to receive it, to accept it. It's never going to be a force. The circumstances that play out as they do in the adverse energy are only on account of what someone keeps refusing to accept for themselves and of themselves. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing unfair going on here. They're literally creating this reality for themselves. Well, anyway, that's that on that. It was really important for this energy to just completely bogart my reading. Even though, like, literally refused to put them on the board, he on here anyway, right? So it is what it is. This is the message today. Take what resonates as a word of caution, as a word of enlightenment for someone you may know, or some situation that you may be, you may be adjacent to, perhaps. But certainly, I pray that you stay in the spirit of love and charity for your own best interests, for sure. And continuing to choosing your highest, your most supreme self for your greatest good. You can do anything in the magician energy with that vibration, for sure. All right. And I do feel like, with the death card having come up a couple of times now, I feel like even though this energy is being pushy, about still, it wants to be seen, wants to be heard, don't want to be forgotten. It's like it wants to still make its presence known. But I feel just as I did the other day, or was it even yesterday, it still doesn't give me cause for alarm, whereas before there have been times when it has. If it wants to act out, literally act the fool, then you give it the space to do that, but it doesn't mean it has to affect you. It doesn't have to impact you at all. And for most of us, I don't believe that it really and truly is. That just like I laughed at the idea of being impressed at all by anything I would see in a space that I'm not even in. And you damn sure better believe that I'm not trying to tap into those spaces and I don't even have an account. It's like that's the level of emotional disconnection that is very real here, that it's not even making an impact. It doesn't matter in your reality in the grand scheme of things. I'm just here to report the news as spirit insists I do. But I really just don't feel like it's a matter anymore. I don't. You have bigger fish to fry and more important things to manifest. So I pray that if it ever mattered before, it matters less and less as the days go on now, and that your manifestations are being purified to render themselves righteously and organically, truly, in spirit and in truth. It is so, and so it is. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, as always, I leave you with peace.